What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of AEW's flagship show, as well as the latest news and rumors you need to know, including Jarrett mocks Braun, Strowman and Triple H, and the possible reasons why. An ex-WWE Diva opens up an Onlyfans account, WWE retire a championship, WWE bringing back a classic pay-per-view, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, a hot opener. A Dynamite delivered an 8-man tag that lived up to the show's name, with the Acclaimed and the FTR battling the Guns and Swerve in Our Glory in an exciting match to start the show and set the pace for the rest of the night. AEW upped the excitement by having Daddy Ass go after Swerve Strickland, eager to get revenge for Swerve inflicting a horrific beating on him. Hopefully AEW doesn't go with a swerve, no pun intended, of Daddy Ass turning on the Acclaimed at full gear. Number 2, another awesome Acclaimed rap. Are the Acclaimed over or what? Last night's rap by Max Caster was another biting barrage of insults, including disses directed at former New England Patriot Tom Brady and many others that got the fans to howl with laughter. Number 3, give the devil his dues. Speaking of MJF, the number 1 contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship cut a great promo on the Pardon My Tape program. While MJF is almost fantastic on the stick, this promo was next level as he talked about generational greats such as Bruno Sammartino, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, John Cena and others, and how he'll recapture the world title and put wrestling back into the mainstream. If you didn't catch this promo, definitely look it up on YouTube. Number 4, a magma hot main event. A Dynamite pulled off another 1-2 punch, starting the show off with a hot match and finishing it with a magma hot main event 2 out of 3 falls match between Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara. While it would be a mistake to say that this match made Guevara, he's already one of AEW's 4 pillars, it should remove any doubt about Sammy's in-ring abilities, including that he had everything he needs to hang with any main eventer. Number 5, the end of Wardjoe. Now, we were thrilled to see the end of Wardjoe, a team that served no purpose other than setting up a falling out and subsequent feud. While AEW deserves considerable criticism for its bad judgment in having 2 singles champions compete in tag matches rather than title defenses, there's plenty of potential in a Wardlow vs Joe feud. This could be a great way for AEW to remind the fans that Wardlow is about more than his symphony of powerbombs. If not, Wardlow's AEW career is going to be best known as one of the biggest cases of leaving money on the table in pro wrestling. Number 6, a Rumble in the Jungle. A Jungle Boy may normally look calm and collected, but last night's promo served as a reminder that babyfaces don't have to be pushovers, something it looks like Christian Cage and Luchasaurus about to find out. Jungle Boy's statement that he's far from finished with both his former friends showed the Edge fans often forget he has, and Page beats Kingston. A kudos to AEW for giving Ethan Page a win over Eddie Kingston in its AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament. Stockley Hathaway's faction has some real talent, including Page, but no one is going to take them seriously until they start winning major matches, and hopefully titles. Page has shown lots of promise during his run in AEW, including his time alongside Scorpio Sky. However, promise won't get you far, especially in a loaded roster, so AEW needs to give Page an opportunity to prove he's worthy of a better role in AEW. But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, me. Soraya's promo was so self-centered that it almost sounded like a heel promo. Now, we want you to hear us out before roasting us in the comment sections, but consider this. Why did AEW, or Soraya for that matter, feel the need to have the beloved star talk about how she wrestled for so many years, wrestled after being hit by a car, made a case for work despite promoters turning a blind eye to female wrestlers, and everything short of selling a kidney to pay for wrestling school? She has done a lot, but by the end of her promo, she seemed in danger of suffering an arm injury by patting herself on the back too hard. The former Page should have taken the less is more approach and let Baker do her bit as an arrogant heel, as most Soraya fans are aware of her body of work and ordeals. There was nothing downright ugly about last night's Dynamite. It was another well-paced show that continues to build up for next week's Full Gear. While some fans may question why Jarrett is wrestling on AEW's pay-per-view, his recent match alongside Jay Lethal shows he's still sharp, and there's an extra bit of nostalgia in seeing Jarrett vs Sting. But what you guys think of Dynamite last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now first we looks at AEW coming to the UK. Atop of today's news is a major announcement from AEW that it's finally bringing a show to the UK. You may recall Tony Khan has talked up a UK show largely from AEW's launch, but the pandemic put the kibosh on that. While there are scant details on the show, other than the 2 shows are being planned for 2023, fans are hoping AEW follows the WWE's lead by holding a pay-per-view in the UK. Clash at the Castle showed just how eager fans are to attend live events, particularly pay-per-views or PLEs, and while AEW's chances in filling a stadium are unknown, especially in light of the company's sluggish sales in the US, you never know what will happen under the right circumstances, including the right promotion. Next up, Jarrett slams Triple H and Braun Strowman. It looks like Jarrett has an axe to grind with both Triple H and Braun Strowman, at least judging from Double J's promo during the recent Dynamite. Jarrett talked up his match alongside Jay Lethal against Sting and Darby Allin, putting Lethal and Sanjay Dutt's enforcer Satnam Singh as a real giant and not a make-believe monster in the red skinny jeans produced by the Banana Nose factory. Fans were quickly putting 2 and 2 together, noting Braun Strowman's red skinny pants and of course the Banana Nose being a reference to Triple H. So why does Jarrett seem to have beef with both superstars? In the case of Triple H, it could have something to do with the WWE releasing Jarrett from his position overseeing the WWE's live events and replacing him with Hunter's pal, the Road Dogg. As for Strowman, here's where the story gets interesting. Apparently, Braun Strowman was at Jeff Hardy's CD release party back in July 2017, and he refused to sign an autograph for the son of Karen Jarrett. Wrestling News' Corey Jacobs summarized the story that made the rounds on Figure 4 Online's message board. Strowman apparently didn't know who she was and was said to be rude to her, but changed his tune once Jarrett yelled back at him and threatened to let her son's father, Kurt Angle, know about how Strowman acted. He reportedly apologized and begged her not to say anything and not to tell Kurt Angle. Whether or not Double J's slam on Strowman was related to a past incident is unknown, and I'll leave it up to you to decide. Next up, WWE retired the 24/7 Championship. Now it's over. Yeah, it appears that WWE have officially retired the infamous 24/7 title. The speculation began when Nikki Cross dumped the title in a trash can on Raw, and although she missed, it was clear the WWE was sending a message to the audience as to what they thought of that title. The title, as of last night, has been outright removed from the WWE Superstar page on their website, so it looks like the title is officially retired. To be honest, the last champion should have been R-Truth before they actually retired it, since he had 53 reigns with it. Next up, WWE bringing a classic pay-per-view back. Now, there's more talk about WWE reviving its King of the Ring tournament, and like recent rumors, the event seems to be planned as a premium live event in of itself, as opposed to more recent instances where only the finals were held during a PLE. WrestleVotes and Give Me Sport are reporting there's a very good chance that King of the Ring is back, and likely back in the format that they happened in the late 80s. The idea is that every single match will happen that night. The report discussed the event's evolution through the years. In the 90s, a lot of matches happened on Superstars and Raw, with the semi-finals and finals on the pay-per-view. If it's ever going to come back on pay-per-view, which I would say is probably going to happen, you're going to have a full-on one-night tournament. I mean, tournament wrestling is old-school wrestling, and Hunter loves old-school wrestling. If it still makes sense, especially when you have 500 people on the roster, you could do it. That's what they're gonna do. What do you guys think of the King of the Ring tournament making a big return and having a full-on tournament in one night? I'm definitely down for that. And finally, a former WWE Diva opens up an Onlyfans account. And last but not least, fans of former WWE superstar Victoria may be interested to know that the 2-time WWE Women's Champion and 5-time TNA Knockouts Champion has launched an Onlyfans account. She's charging fans $24.99 per month for content, and unfortunately, our expense account doesn't allow for investigative inquiries into such accounts to determine the content. Have any of you guys signed up? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.